what you do with what you have in this moment right now is what you're going to do to make it count. When I was a child, it was very important in our family household dynamic that giving was the core. So growing up, my parents had us, when we're working, I'm giving a percentage back of my income. So if I'm working and have this part-time job, 10% of what I was earning was going back into the home. Share was like a part of our dynamic as a whole. And I really believe that poured into the character of one of my greatest love languages, which is helping. My favorite way to give back is definitely through hands-on approach. So I like to do multiple touch points. I want to be involved in the act of this love language. So I want to be connected into the community. I don't want to just have a check written. I want to be there to see what the check actually got to impact. I get excited thinking about the possibilities of what building an exceptional community of people with the same common goals that want to be able to contribute monetarily as well as contribute with their time and efforts and really actually enjoy doing it along the way, and we celebrate it socially. And so being able to align myself with others and attract those same people that have those same desires is one of my greatest hopes. And so being able to know that this is what I'm called for, and being able to align myself with others who feel the same way is something that I'm super thrilled about. When I think about community, that for me is more of the core. It's actually what contributes and one of the ingredients that's naturally part of the success. I have always been in a position that I've been able to do work that matches helping, solving. And so community work is the same thing. And those are the things that I really want to make sure stay deeply aligned with where my end goals are. And it really does help me be the best performer in other aspects that are not connected to community. It gets me up, it gets me fulfilled, and it really serves a purpose that's really indescribable if it's not in the core of who you are. Success often creates isolation, and that's from a perspective of other people experience and have feelings that are not necessarily connected to your experience and feelings about your success. And so it's always opening up a space for you to take a step back and try to align with people who feel you, who experience what you're experiencing. And so philanthropy can be a huge way to connect on a level that takes the success that you already have and be able to expand that and help a greater cause beyond yourself.
How was this? What happened? Something that you wanted at U of H?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm so passionate about this space as well, is because we had guys coming to talk to us and it was a snooze fest, just checking the box. It's like they were going through the motions, just here, just to be here. So just seeing her passion behind it.
One of the most important aspects of community giving is relationships. I see relationships as being a driving force to being clear about what the real need of the organization is versus the perceived need. The perceived need is hey, there's a category that we need this and that, right? The real need is going to be that relationship that you build to understand why they need that and what they're going to do with it. So it could be a general category because a lot of giving has to fall into a category, but then take the time with those relationships and really get an understanding of the real community need for the group, the giving group that you're being affiliated with. Yes, it's such an amazing story of how I met Ami. Ami One is the owner and founder of La French out of Denver, Colorado. And today we're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of their second location over here in Cherry Creek. The ironic thing about how I met Ami, my husband and I were in Maui, Hawaii, celebrating a reward trip for my efforts with a Fortune 100 company. And I look across the room and I see another familiar looking face, and it was Ami and her husband was there celebrating as a VP at the company. And we literally met in 2018 celebrating our successes, and we were both living in Colorado, and I had already been supporting her restaurant, and when I got back, all I did was accelerate that. Authenticity and relationships are the key to sustainable giving for many reasons. One, if it's not truly who you are, you're not going to feel good about wanting to do it on a regular basis. Then, if you're not having fun while doing it, it's not going to be something that you look forward to. So we're trying to marry those two. Some of the things that people say is, oh my gosh, it seems like Traillionaires Foundation has been here forever. Well, it has historically been here forever with the plan that it was always going to be, but what's happened is you're seeing a culmination of what it looks like to do strategy and execution. So my call to action is for all of us females out there who are successful in our careers, successful in our homes, successful in the community. There's no reason why we shouldn't be coming together to make this a collective, accelerated effort to have these desired results where we're able to make this significant impact. Okay, most humans desire influence. And then for high-performing women, that means the influence with impact. Just think they go together. For high-performing women, they have to be able to see some sort of return that's measurable. And those two really can accelerate doing more of what they already felt is going to be like a path that they want to go down. One of the major challenges I see in certain giving communities is the lack of a diverse giving in communities that are Black and brown. And I would specifically say those for the youth of color, the BIPOC community, and those furthest from opportunities. There's a disparity with their giving or their receiving of giving from larger corporations versus the other brethren in their giving. It does not match. The numbers are not matching. And so the scarcity piece that we can start to maybe move our minds from is requiring more, right? So are there some different studies that we can look into, research? Who have you given to in the past? What were those reasons? What did you get in return? I think we've gotten into a mindset where we are accepting just what they say because we know this is all that we're going to get. But I really feel like we can up our expectations and let them know that, hey, we want to be in those same spaces and we want to be from an abundance mindset, not scarcity. We don't want to constantly be scraping for the pennies. We want to be able to look at scalability, 3 and 5 years, sustainability, 3 and 5 and 10 years. Like that's the end goal. That should be the end goal. To me, that's more of an abundant mindset. Because we're having access, the goal is for us to help teach them those high level kickoff, and then we plug them with the right people who do charge for their services. Mm-hmm. You see it? Yeah. But coming in person is helps to block it. The greatest piece of advice for someone starting their journey on collective giving is figure out who you want to be connected to and aligned with while doing this work. Because this work is here for a long time, not a short time. And so you really want to make a true community that matches you and matches the mission. But in the meantime, if there's anything that we can do to support you, Traillionaires Foundation, I think most of you guys got my information last time. Happy to help. If we can plug you in with someone from our team for financial information, help do a overview of some things that you have going on, happy to do so. So just let us know. One of the surprising lessons I've learned in serving on boards and in community is just because it was my love language to do so doesn't mean it was always fulfilling the spot that I was looking to fulfill. So I would say for me, all giving wasn't created equal. it wasn't created equal because there was something deeper I was looking for. I wanted to be a part. I wanted to be included. I wanted to understand my purpose of why I was serving my time that I could be using for numerous things, spending my money that actually can go to a lot of places with something that was either no longer serving me. And so in my mind, I assumed just doing the giving, doing that work, being a part, raising your hand, saying I want to be involved was enough. And it was surprising to find out it wasn't enough. Philanthropy has often had a top-down approach, and it's time for that to change. We can actually band together and make it more strategic and really identify what that impact looks like and how that we want to drive it in an individually and collective group. That means we get to be a part of the process. And so my advice is identify a group that is matching something that's being able to be fulfilled like what you're wanting to see. Not you just handing a check and you're not sure where it goes and the traditional style of coming back in a year and seeing what happened, but you really being a part of making it happen. And that becomes a continuous process that we get to retool on together, tighten up, and figure out how our desired results are going to be. What you do with what you have in this moment right now is what you're going to do to make it count.